Hello, my name is Teresa Greenway. With this video series, I will demonstrate step by step how to achieve a crispy blistered crust sourdough bread just like this.
It's been 1 hour since I put the dough back into the proofer, and we're doing an auto lease where we haven't added the salt yet. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it, and turning or folding the dough helps to even out the temperature of the dough. It's warmer on the bottom and on the outsides, and it also will stretch and align the gluten so you have gluten development. And you'll see that this already is much more developed than the last time we looked at the gluten. So that's what it's looking like now. So anyway, we'll go ahead and stretch it. And I like to keep my hands a little wet. I rinsed my hands and got them wet before I folded the dough, and so it's pretty stuck to the bottom because it's a really dry dough. Stretch, fold. We'll turn it over so that the warm bottom becomes the top. And so every time we do this, we'll go ahead and kind of look at the gluten development and see how well it's doing. It's doing a little bit of a window pane, but it still needs a lot more to go. So we'll put the lid back on, put it back in the proofer for another hour. This dough's been autolyzed for 2 hours now, and I'm adding 100 grams of potato water and 25 grams of salt. So this is going to be a double hydration where I added most of the water except for I withheld 100 grams of the potato water. Now I'm adding the rest after it's auto-leased for 2 hours at 80 degrees. So this would be how you incorporate. It's usually done over several hours. I'll now start folding the dough, and every time I fold the dough, it will just incorporate more of the liquid. I don't try to incorporate all of the liquid at once. I slowly let the liquid be absorbed. Now I'll put it back in the proofer, which is at 80 degrees. And in another hour, I'll come out and turn the dough again. And eventually, all of this liquid that's down in the bottom will be absorbed. And this is one thing about the double hydration method is it makes the gluten really bonds. And it's really wonderful, stretchy dough. So now that we're adding more liquid, we'll have a higher hydration dough. And it will be really lovely dough. So I'll be back in an hour, and we'll incorporate more of the liquid and stretch and fold the dough again. So it's been 5 hours since we started proofing this dough. 2 hours of autolyse, and then 3 hours of proofing after we added the 100 grams of potato water and 25 grams of salt. And this dough is just wonderful. And I want to show you the gluten development now too. This is really nice, really wonderfully stretchy dough. It's really bubbly, filled with nice gases. It's been about 6 hours now So this dough is done. It's nicely fermented. It's very nice. There's still a little bit of liquid in it, but it'll still work up nicely. Stretch, fold. Very nice dough. So I'll wait another 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll start shaping this up. That's done.